Hey guys, Thrasher here. Today we're checking out the champ himself, Hercule. Before we do, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that button down below, and let's talk about it right now. Okay, while it says Hercule is a defense type unit, he's not. He's a support unit. He doesn't have the stats to be a true defense unit. He does have items within his kit which help you with defense, and we'll talk about those in just a moment. But first, let's talk about his actual stats. In reality, Hercule is a hero rarity unit. Even though it says sparking, he's hero rarity. Bandai knows it. If you go into soul boost and you try to soul boost him, he will cost the exact same as soul boosting a hero character. Now, as far as hero characters go, he doesn't even have the best hero unit stats. To put that in slightly better perspective, I'm going to give you his ranks on his major stats. So health pool, he is 102nd in the game. Strike attack, he is 100. Blast attack, he is 102nd in the game. Strike defense, he's 72nd, and blast defense, he's 75th. So essentially, he has no health. If he gets hit, he's not going to reduce that damage at all with his defense, so he cannot take hits. We'll talk about his kit here in a second, and there are very powerful redeeming qualities of Hercule, but one thing you need to keep in mind is that even if you can use his kit properly, it is very hard to use, because if you mess up and you get caught, he's going to take a lot of damage and probably not be able to pump any out. So let's go ahead and talk about his actual kit. If we hit show details and then we go over to ability, first thing we're going to look at here is it's a trick. When you use this, he is going to make blast arts cost 99 for your opponent for 15 timer counts, which essentially means they can't use blast. They could use one blast, but then it wouldn't be worth it because they wouldn't be able to do anything else at all. So the next thing to look at is one of his very powerful redeeming qualities. It's his Z ability. So as we see here at 3 stars, it's -5 to special move arts cost during battle. So what this is going to do, if you can get it to 7 stars, which most people will not be able to unless you're a whale, but even at this point, you're reducing the cost of the special move, which is normally 50 down to 45, so by 10%. That is a reasonable reduction across the board, and if you could get it to 7 stars, it reduces it by 10, which is awesome. Which also plays into the fact that he is the only character in the game right now that actually brings a blue card to battle. So he brings a strike card and a blue card, and we'll look at that in just a second. Let's look at these two unique abilities. So Champion's Call, essentially what he does is when his health falls below 30%, he is going to increase the damage of all allies by 20% and increase their key restore speed by 30%. That is amazing. And it works extremely well with the next ability, which is Endurance. So restore own health by 20% only once when it reaches 0. So essentially the way you can use this guy, one of his powerful abilities, is you throw him in front of a Rising Rush, you sponge it for whoever was going to get hit with it, he goes to 0 health, he goes back up to 20% health, and that automatically initiates his Champion's Call, which is going to increase damage of all your units by 20% and their key restore speed by 30%. Now the problem with that is once you do that, you cannot bring him into fight at all because he will pretty much get one shot by almost any ability. Now the next thing to note here is that this main ability right here is going to work extremely well with his blue card and his green card. So let's go look at that real quick. So his blue card and his green card. The blue card really doesn't do that much damage, but the cool thing here, deals major impact damage, shortens allies' substitution count by 10. So when you use this blue card with Hercule, you're almost guaranteed to be able to switch out to someone else. The next thing is this green card. It destroys all of your own cards and your enemy's cards. So the way this works is you start a long combo with someone who is not Hercule. When you're almost out of cards and you have one blue card and one green card left, as the combo is about to end, you switch to Hercule, you use his blue card to finish the combo. That will make it so you can substitute to someone else. But before you do that, once the blue card finishes, you use Hercule's main ability over here. So for the next 15 timer counts, they can't use blast cards at all. And then after you've done that main ability, you're going to use this green card. You don't have any cards left, so it doesn't hurt you at all. It gets rid of all of theirs. Then you switch out to Hercule, and you continue to bring the pain with a different character while they can't do anything at all. So one last thing we want to look at here is we go over to status and we look at the cards he brings. Like I said, he brings a strike card, which is good because we are in a strike meta, and he brings a special move card, which is awesome because he's the only card in the game that actually brings a special move card right now. So what teams does he fit on? Technically speaking, his synergy is not in his tags, it's not in his color, it's just in his kit itself. So you could throw him on absolutely any team and it won't be a meta team, it's not going to be top tier, but his kit will make your team reasonably strong. The problem is that his stats are so small, he's essentially a liability in battle. So when you bring him into battle, you're going to have 2 extremely strong units, and that's all you're going to have. He doesn't even really count as a 3rd unit. He's only there to sponge 1 Rising Rush, and you really can't fight with him. So assuming that you can get his combos and the Rising Rush sponge off properly, he's an amazing unit and you will probably win the battle. but the chances of you actually getting those combos off in real time in a real situation are very small. It's very hard to do, takes a while to set up, and while you're setting it up, you can only fight with 2 units, so you're probably going to take a lot of damage trying to get this all rolling. So the question is, how good is he? It's very hard to explain how good he is. He is not an S tier unit, he's not a Z tier unit. I don't even know if you can call him middle of the road. He's a unit that you use when you're just trying to flex on people. He's a for fun unit. He's not someone that you bring into if you're going to go do an actual Legends tournament, or if you're a battle rank 50 and you're actually climbing for rank against other 50s, you wouldn't bring this unit. If you're trying to have fun, he's an awesome fun unit. He's got a lot of cool things going on, and he has a lot of things going on that give us a lot of hope for the future and things that they may do in future characters, like bringing this special move card or bringing these Z abilities that actually reduce costs for all units across the team. Those are awesome things, but he himself is just not an amazing unit because his stat spread is one of the worst in the game by a mile. So how long will he be in the meta? He's not in the meta. He won't be in the meta in the very reasonable future, and I doubt he'll ever be in the meta. He's probably a character that maybe sometime way in the future there's some special event that shows up where you get some type of a bonus if you bring Hercule. But outside of that, he doesn't really have a purpose other than just being a cool unit. And I'm sure some of you are going to swear by this unit, tell me he's amazing, you've used him in PvP, he's awesome. So throw those comments down below and let's talk about it, and tell me how you've been using him. And that's really all there is for this video. If you like this content, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.